Bitcoin keeps continuing with this strength, hype's gonna keep going up. Even the hype can touch 50 plus easily.
What I see that could outperform Bitcoin has been outperforming Bitcoin for the last month or so is ETH.
The content presented in this podcast is intended for informational and educational purposes only. It should not be considered as financial advice, and listeners are encouraged to conduct their own research or consult with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions.
CryptoFlip. Last year, I went 10x leverage long on Peanut right after Elon tweeted about it. Hit it big, made a 900,000. I converted it all to USDT and told myself, cash it out in a few days, play it smart. I bought a gram of Coke to celebrate. Madman. Hit a party and found myself flexing my wallet to two blondes who didn't know shit about crypto. High out of my mind and full of ego, I started showing off how fast I could move money across wallets. I sent $700,000 to an address I thought was mine. It wasn't.
Nah. No.
Just some old address from months ago, buried in my address book. Gone. Irreversible. Just poof. In a panic, I tried to make it back with at least 200k. Went all in on 3 pump fund meme coins. Left the party and stared at the screen the whole night. They all went to zero. I don't even know how to describe the feeling, the disbelief, the self-hate.
Bro, that is a roller coaster, bro. This don't should make a movie out of this. Imagine you're high on life, you're 900 bags up, you're chatting to two blonde things that you care about or you're interested in, and you just start flexing. You just send some peas, and then you're like, the music stops, bro. You're like,
rah, is that my wallet?
Like, you know when you get no notification that you received funds? it's just blank. Yo, that's crazy. And then my man tried to revenge trade. Bro, he lost 900 bags in one night. This Don is gonna hate himself forever, bro. And all I can say is, this Donny deserves it. Like, going, what was it, 20, 40x long, whatever, on that original peanut trade was mad risky. And easy come, easy go, man. Like,
yep.
The person that got that 700 bags in their wallet, like, yeah, I wish it was me, number one. But number two, yeah, that guy needs to find out whose wallet that was, because, yeah, he's going to have to. Maybe it was a service, you know, like you buy shit with crypto. Like, them man, they should return it, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. Pete, though. Pete.
Nah, Harris, I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what Harris.
Blood. My man got twanged out of 900 bags because of some gal and some coke. That is how fast your life can, like, can change. Your future is more or less secured. 900 bags, okay, fair enough. You'll probably need a bit more than that, but you don't have to worry about anything in the immediate future. If he's got a bit of debt, he can pay that off. He can buy himself a nice yard, or, you know, take half of it, bank it, the rest of it, do whatever you want with it. But now this guy is nothing. All he has is some memories and a headache. Like what? Like what? You just thought, oh, I'm gonna roll up in the party. Yo, girls, look what I can do. Wallet to wallet. Boom, boom. That was your party trick. And whenever the man say, what's your party trick? I can send 700 bags back and forth.
Look, I can move money really fast. Like, wow.
I don't know, man. He's lost. There's no coming back for him either, because as Rick said, easy come, easy go. It wasn't skillful. It was just luck, and he lost it. It is what it is.
Yeah, easy come, easy go. I mean, he has absolutely right. I mean, at the end of the day, this is all suffer fit the thing. Like, bro, you caught a lifeline. You made, let's just say, $1 million, and because of coke and a couple of blonde gal, you're acting stupid. Like, bro, let's take it to the real DJs of the Wolf of Wall Street. In that movie, yeah, those guys were high off their mind. They were on coke. They were on, like, all sorts of drugs you can dream of on this earth, yeah. And they were still making sound trade. They only messed up when they were literally on the investigation and they were just acting dumb and off Quaaludes. So even when it came to money, those guys never accidentally gave out free money to a random person. They didn't do that because they're real traders, fam. And I mean, yes, they're allowed to have fun, but that's just the crux of it. But this Dunny, I just screams a teenager, fam. This guy's a young thing. He's a young guy. This is a young mistake to make. Don't care what you tell me, because there's still people in the the walls of Wall Street that's still doing the same thing. They'll go to a high performing job. They'll make their trades. They'll come home, do whatever they want to do, and do the same repeat, rinse and repeat. For this guy, you made this. You know how versatile it can be. Yeah, you secured a meal. I'm calling it a cool meal, and you give it all away in the span of one night. Like, I can't even justify this, fam. Like, other than you being a chemically induced degen, you have a brain tumor, and that's basically impairing your judgment, fam. Because why would you do such a thing? That just doesn't make sense.
You know what? Yeah,
Actually, why not send 50 racks? Why not send 100 racks? Why are you sending 700 racks? Well, you know you're intoxicated. There's a reason why you offloaded the money to a safe wallet. Why do more than that? Why do more than you're okay with, like, transferring? Why would you send the majority of your funds?
he wants to flex, man. Come on, man.
Okay, cool.
He wants to flex.
Okay, so wait. Okay, cool. You want to flex? Why is 50K not enough to flex? Why is 100K not enough to flex? Because those brown
You
girls.
think these brown girls ain't seen the man with 50 bags?
Okay, cool. What's wrong about? Oh no, what's wrong with 200K? What's wrong with 200K? At least you know, like, cool. If I lose to 200K, I still got a fallback of 700K that I can bring back up or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm just in disbelief, fam. Like, these idiots. Why they say market will remain irrational till you become insolvent, fam. And this is another example, fam. He probably thought nothing could happen. I'm gone. Cool, but you forgot about self-destruction, because, you know what I mean? People will say, oh, it's because he's cooked up. No, I just think he's a stupid degen. I'm sorry. He's just a degen. And last time I want to say this is the worst confession I've ever seen. This is probably, like, this is the fastest anyone's ever lost their money. The fastest.
Definitely.
1 night. Well, the Hall of Fame, 100%. 100%. So, bro, if I were you, man, like, I don't even know where to begin. How do you go back to say, cool, I made a mistake, I'm trying to come back from it? How do you go back? How do you do that?
Well, there's one thing you need to realize, bro. This isn't a confession, it's a suicide note. This is the last thing he ever wrote.
No, that's never funny. That's never funny.
My days.
I hope you're wrong, fam. But this is wow.
It certainly is. Let's go on to the next one. Raised over 1,000 BTC before 2017. Onboarded 2 friends to help me with the project. They ended up working together to betray me and steal the funds. One friend also pretended to be in a rough situation, so I emptied most of my cold wallet when BTC hit lows of $3,000 and sent him almost 100K to help him out. Basically, round-tripping my years of stacking BTC from 2013 to 2018. Now I'm in the trenches trying to make it all back. Maybe I'll come back to crypto Twitter someday. What do you, man, make of that?
Being nice can ruin your life, fam. Like, while you're high giving out handouts, fam, you're a better man than me. I mean, like, to be honest, like, I can't relate to this, but I've been betrayed by my friends before as well, but not to this level, fam, because you willingly give it away, fam. Like, willingly, like, here you go, and expecting them to pay you back. So, like, well, shout out to you though. You didn't give up. That's the thing I love about some of this confession. Like, you admit your mistakes, and then you, like, you know, cool. Just so you know, I'm in the trench and I make it back. One day I will make it back to crypto Twitter one day again. But for now, I'm putting my head down. And I'm focusing on how to get back these gains back. And I feel that because, you know what I mean, that's what you have to do in crypto sometimes, because sometimes you just make dumb mistake, like just the one we just went through just now. Like, happens sometimes, but at the same time, this was avoidable still. Like, but at least it's not on the level of the previous confession, but this one is avoidable. And like, you just being nice to them, you just be detrimental sometimes, especially when you're a trader, fam. Like, what are you being nice to your friends for, fam? They haven't done nothing for you. Why are you sending that Bitcoin? I know what he's thinking. He's thinking, cool, Bitcoin's crashed now. Then you just give it a loan, they give that to me. Why? You better not holding yourself. So yeah, this one is the easy one.
Not gonna lie, bro. This guy's an idiot still. He decided to lend his friend his Bitcoin or just peas, like liquidate at $3,000. And nah, bro. All I'm saying is, bro, I just find it hard to lend money out to friends, bro. It's just one of my rules, isn't it? One of my personal rules, bro, from years of being bad. But just imagine this, bro. He lent this guy his last Bitcoin at 3,000. Bitcoin's at 107,000 now, yeah? And that same Donny that he lent that money to, he's going on a holiday, he's in Maldives, he's in Mykonos drinking cocktails. Bro,
You see all the stories on Instagram?
you get me? He's living his best life and like, he's like, yo, you're going to pay me back my 10 grand or whatever it was, or 100 grand. Oh, you're going to pay me back my 100 grand.
What are you, 100 grand, bro? I want in BTC, fam. What you mean? I want in BTC.
I hear that. Imagine, 100 grand Bitcoin at $3,000. Damn. He missed a bag. He'd have been millions up. Anyway, shit happens, bruv. All I can say is, carry on your life and just learn your lessons, innit? Like, it sounds like he's not living out on the street though, so that is a positive. That's the only positive.
Legit,
Yeah, he's got resilience, and he'll bounce back. I'm pretty sure, because he's staying away from crypto Twitter, and he's said, I'm going to be in the trenches, going to try and run it back. But for me, the lending the money isn't even a problem, because I think if you're going to give money, especially to a friend, you have to think of that money as gone anyway. So that's not the problem.
My guy said, you loan it out, it's gone, like blockchain.
So like, see, you're doing credit checks. Come on, man. You're not Bank of America. So when it comes to this, he just needs to accept that, boom, I'm going to give you this money because you're my guy. And I just have to write it off, and I know I'm not going to get this back. And you have to be fine with that. Otherwise, just don't do it. The second half of it is, bro, you said these men have been scheming on you. Either you're a scummy guy or you need better friends. Because what kind of, like, sometimes people just call people, oh, you're my friend, you're my friend. You probably met this guy at a party, you don't know his last name. What kind of behavior is this? So
well said.
You just need to like pattern up. Yeah, exactly. So you just need to pattern up, tighten up your circle, get back to the grind, get back in the trenches, look for new opportunities, and run it back.
Wait,
and I believe in you.
Before we close off, I try to say something. First of all, this happened to it. We're no longer friends, fam. Like, there's no, we're not piling them. Like, there's not hustle of that. That's number one. Number two, if I catch you flaunting your wealth on Insta or X, whatever it is, bro, I'm going to go to the store. Imagine this is States. I'm going to go to the store, get myself a Strally, get a bare bullets, fam. Then you know what's going to happen. I'm about to spray you down, fam. What? Nah, that would never be me, bro.
Jeez. Like in GTA 6 or something.
Don't mess with me. Nah, yeah.
Crazy. But welcome back to the CryptoFlip podcast. I am your host, Harris King, and I am joined once again with my co-host, Ricardo and Deji. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're listening on any audio platform, don't forget to leave a review. It really helps us make more content, and we are going to start getting guests soon, and that will also really help there. So this week has been very interesting. We rallied to $110. Crypto Twitter was getting very excited. Everyone was starting to salivate, but we have obviously pulled back down to reality, and now we're back at 107. ETH started to pump. I believe it was to like 2,800, and a lot of other cryptos were rising as well. But it is potentially a fake out. So what do you guys think of the recent pump, and where do you think we kind of go from here?
For me, right, like, fundamentals, news, external events, black swan events, like the recent thing that happened with Trump versus Elon Musk. Like, these are just extra catalysts for price action there's a catalyst for extra volatility to come to the market, because I've been saying it for a while that weekly fair value gap will be filled. I don't know if it's been filled properly actually, but we definitely had a drop to that area, and then we rallied off significantly again, and honestly, like the confirmation, I need confirmation. I need a close above 110K plus for me to feel like cool. This is a rally to the upside. We're going to 120K, 125K next, and only a handful or select few altcoins are performing well. Off the top of my head, I'll put that on XPX, Hype. Not talking about the meme coin that I've been exploring in a while. Coins are not doing very well. Like they will catch a bid here and there, but they're not moving as it should because one, it's not altcoin season. Two, liquidity hasn't propagated enough to enough retailers to feel like they can stake and buy more. So I think this could be a potential fake out because until we get a confirmation of close above that 110K, 500, 110.5K range, then that's why I feel like cool. We're close enough to basically another leg to 130. I think that's definitely on the cards. So it's just about weighing, like playing a probability game. Which one do you think is more likely to happen? Today we've had a pullback, but I won't necessarily say this is a crash. I mean, it's just a 2% pullback. It's not a biggie, but I'm watching for that because today is the 12th of June. I'm looking at the weekly candle and I'm also looking at the monthly close. Usually crypto doesn't do well in Q3. So if this month if Bitcoin fails to break beyond the previous all-time high and keep rallying up, not breaking through it, I'll be semi-concerned because the news is there, the catalyst is there. So why is he struggling to break through all-time high again? So which could then lead me to even further speculate that it's definitely a dead cat bounce, and then this is a fake out, more likely to be exit liquidity. So I'm weighing all my options and see
if that was the case, would you short?
Would it? Yeah, 100%. I was short. I think I was 100% short. I was mad at myself for not placing a short last night, but I thought this could be just the market's been heated, it's just a manual pullback. So if I was to go heavy, I wouldn't even go in no more than 5x. So I'm definitely looking to place a short around that 108 range. I think that's a sweet place to place a short. It will be validated if you have a breakout to 110K, 110 plus, then you close your short. But if it keeps sliding, then you can look for the weekly FVG again, the fair value gap to be filled again and beyond, because I think there is so much more rally in this market to be made. But I think we've rallied enough, in my opinion. Can we easily go to 130? Well, of course we can. But at the same time, you got to play the probability game, because what's the point of buying at 110 if you're only going to rally to 115 and then come crashing back down? Or you play the altcoin market? But no, altcoins are never performing like that because it's not altcoin season, because Bitcoin dominance is what's dominating the space right now. You see ETH starting to have a comeback. ETH dominance has been going up, ticking up slowly. The Ethereum ETF has been positive info for the past 10 days, if not a week, 2 weeks now. So I think all these factors are something to keep an eye on. But I'm not ready to say, cool, I'm off 100% stables, I'm going all in, because I still think there's some pain to come. And whether it's a situation where we're going to get that pain at the end of Q2 or we're going to get that pain at the beginning of Q3. But one thing I'm certainly sure about is the bull market support band always gets filled. Right now it's sitting at 92K, 90K. We're going to come back there. And whether it's going to be end of Q2 or early Q3, it's a matter of time. But yeah, that's just kind of like my initial thoughts. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this as well.
All right, so based on the amount of time I've had in my life recently, I've been looking at like bigger moves as opposed to like smaller moves. In my mind, the only thing I care about right now is if Bitcoin breaks all-time high by the middle of this month. Like just looking back on all the historic data.
We have 3 more days. We have 3 more days in the middle of this month.
Yeah, my deadline is June the 16th. If Bitcoin breaks all-time high before June the 16th, then technically that's enough strength for the market to carry on being strong, just based on historical data. If Bitcoin doesn't, my brother, short time. Like, and I'm talking about short in everything, because if Bitcoin doesn't break all-time higher by the middle of this month, then I can just see Bitcoin going down to wherever the next support is, whether it's 100 or 98 or whatever. And that's cool. And that's not even a big move. But I think if Bitcoin drops to 98 or even 95, bro, the alts are going to bleed. And in my mind, it's just short in season. So yeah, I put on some trades last week and they were long and all of them did well. The ones that I left open obviously are suffering today, but they're not even suffering that bad. We're talking like minus 10%, minus 12%. And this is on like 5x leverage, 10x leverage. So I'm not too bothered about it.
What did you actually long for the people at home listening?
All right, so for the people at home listening, all my long profits, because my profits are long still. Not that I have any crypto. I don't have any crypto. Let me pull it up. So I had virtual on a long. I had a few of that. I had virtual on a long. I had hype on a long. I actually closed my hype along. I got into hype at $17 a couple months ago. And rolled it up to $37 and thought this is enough. I think it was up like 350% when I closed.
Nice.
I had a BTC long, and that was decent. But actually my BTC long is going against me now, so I'm gonna close that. But in terms of the trades that I closed last week, it was a long on Shui, a long on FET. I had a long on ETH and a long on Solana. So I closed all of those longs because I'm just like, this is all right, man. I was just like, this is all right. I was like, yeah, virtual was up 15% on my long. Hype was 896%. Actually, I'm just looking at the numbers now.
The max return score.
Yeah, 17 to 34, and I could have left it going, but I was just like, you know when you don't want to be greedy, you know when you don't want to be the guys that are like, oh, I took a screenshot at 300%, and then I'm taking profits a lot more frequently now. BTC, my entry price was 87 and I closed out at 103, so that was 186% on that long. On the 5th of June, I closed all of these longs because I just thought the market looked like it was contracting a bit. And yeah, I mean, if I left it go and things, like I closed my ETH long, I got in at 2,490. I was 31% up. I closed at 2,570. Obviously, if I left that long open, it would have done well, but generally the market last week, I was just like, I'm just gonna, I don't need to take this risk, bro. I'm just gonna jump out because I feel like it wasn't clear to me where the market was going up or down. And then yeah, I jumped out because I'm like, all right, so based on how things are by the middle of the month, if the market isn't looking upwards, then if the market's looking upwards, BTC breaks, then cool, I'll get back into everything. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna short everything, and that's just like my high level feeling of how the market is looking. So I could be wrong, but yeah, my winners have been doing all right still, but I don't have any crypto.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're wrong, bro. I think your deadline that you set is fairly accurate. Like I think if you wait to the end of the month to start placing shorts, you might get washed out. But like I mean, it's now or never. The amount of bullish sentiment on X is through the roof. Or like you hear it is FU higher, FU even higher, FU higher. I'm like, I said no more. Let's wait for BTC to do this thing, and BTC just stalling. So yeah, let's see how it closes this week. And beyond this week, I don't want to hear nothing from anyone about BTC is going to all-time high. Like the sentiment is there. I mean, global liquidity is there. You know what I mean? Everything is lined up for a bullish move. It's gonna happen. It's now or never. And if it doesn't happen, and I mean, it still fits that perfect left shoulder, head, and right shoulder, and then dump. So let's see how it goes. But it's definitely, if Bitcoin does not push do 110K plus, it's definitely short season on Arts Fund, because Alt is still making a lower low on their Bitcoin pairs. So they're not showing strength against the Bitcoin, and they're relatively weak. And the only thing that's really showing strength recently is a select few of altcoins, like the top one, like Hyperliquid. And that one you can explain the rise of Hyperliquid. You know what I mean? You can explain that. You know what I mean? But the other altcoins, okay, XPS, Aura, cool, these things happen. Like You know what I mean? Orders catching a bit. You know what I mean? Nothing new. But Bitcoin doing what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin fails to break through that range, then the weakness will be back to the altcoin market. And that's not going to be pretty for altcoins. Harris.
Yeah, so for me, I'm not an oracle. I'm not God, so I can't predict which way this market is going to go. So I like to just get confirmation that we're going in one way or another, and then make moves from there. So I think right now I'm just waiting for confirmation. Either way, whether we're going down to 100 or we're gonna break through all-time high, that obviously give me a bit more validation in terms of the direction in which we're going, and then obviously I can act accordingly. But something I want to know from you guys is, if we did create a new all-time high and that was the trend, what would you guys start buying, if anything?
We'll say that again, Harris. Like we'll say that question again.
So let's assume that we actually created a new all-time high with Bitcoin. Would that prompt you to buy anything? And if so, what would that be?
If Bitcoin makes a rally and breaks all-time high again, then it shows continued strength that we have. I believe you're going much higher, but it means we're going higher sooner rather than later. So the blue chip plays are still there. Like, you have the liquidity tokens, the runes of the world, the R-Weaves. That hype is already done and made me like huge move, but it's not slowing down anytime soon. If Bitcoin keeps continuing with its strength, hype's gonna keep going up. The hype can touch 50 plus easily. So and obviously Solana is a huge one. I think Solana at this range, if Bitcoin's gonna keep continuing to display high strength, Solana is a big play in my opinion. Shui is even a bigger play. So but like I said, I'm only interested in trading these right now. I'm not trying to hold too much because I something off about the strength in the market, and so I will only trade, like, especially if things already pumped, like hype is pumped already, Bitcoin is pumped. What I mean, like Solana hasn't really pumped, Sui hasn't really pumped, but there's definitely a few plays that you can play. XRP is $2.24. So and I think another way to see if this weakness or strength in the market is how XRP is holding up. XRP is holding up very, very well, but I think everything all dictates and depends on BTC. If BTC breaks down, all these altcoins will break down. So just kind of watching what Bitcoin does. But I can go on and on about coins that we can buy once we have confirmed strength. But this is just a select few off the top of my head.
Nice. For me, if Bitcoin breaks out and everything's looking good, I don't even know what I'd get into. I'd get into whatever has strength in the market, like whatever's doing well. But yeah, I agree with Deji. I think things like Solana could potentially do well. What I see that could outperform Bitcoin has been outperforming Bitcoin for the last like month or so, is ETH. Like if you look at the ETH BTC ratio, ETH has been doing better than Bitcoin over the last, I think it's like the last month, and that's cool. And obviously ETH is not, it's not the best coin or whatever, and back in the day I was an ETH maxi, no more. But generally, if Bitcoin pumps and does well, then that for me could be a signal to rotate into some ETH and Solana. Hyperliquid for me, bro, is a bit iffy, because now we're in like uncharted territory. Like you just broke an all-time high where no one gave a shit about the market. So it's just like
price discovery, right? So
yeah, so it's in price discovery phase, and I feel like I ain't trying to catch a falling knife. And yeah, it could go it could go like parabolic, but I wouldn't bet on it. And yeah, that's it really. I think one that we've spoken about that we haven't, I don't know if you man bought any, is Monero. So a couple, I feel like I said this like last week.
I haven't bid it yet. I read it the other. Kind of catching.
So we had that conversation about the way how scams are moving. We should buy Monero. We had that conversation. Monero was at like $220. Monero's at $325 now. So yeah, decent strategy, bro. Because the scams are going mad, because I'll give you man a quick story before Harris, you go. Bro, imagine I got a call from a police officer the other day, last week. He's like, hi, yeah, is this Ricardo Mighty? I'm like, yeah. He's like, hi, I'm Alex something from Charing Cross Police Station. We arrested somebody in Selfridges in London, and they had a copy of your passport on them. I'm like, what? Is that? Yeah, they had a copy of your passport. Now, and we're chatting, and he's like, reasonably convincing, and he's like, do you have any idea how they could have, got a copy of your passport? Have you given it to any online platforms? I'm like, yeah, crypto exchange, isn't it? He's like, oh, okay, well, I'm not well versed in crypto. It's a mad thing. I'm about to have to give you the full story. But he's like, well, I'm not very well versed in crypto, but okay, so there was a potential risk that that's happened. Bro, the way how this scam was like organized, bruv, the social engineering was mad. And imagine that he's like, okay, so where do you have crypto exchanges? Like, what account exchanges do you have? And the way how he was pressing the question, I'm like, you man should know, bruv. If you don't know, I'm not. Yeah. And I was like, I've got the router ones, innit? I've got Binance and Coinbase, and he's like, oh, okay, so Binance and Coinbase. Any more? I'm like, all right, listen, yeah. How about you send me all the information you have to my email? Yeah, you send me the passport, because you arrested this guy with a copy of my passport. Send it to me so I can see if it's really a copy of my passport. Apparently they had my driver's license, my phone number, my name, email, and that's how they called me, because the number that was there was the number that, like, and they apparently the guy had a bunch of them, so he's calling up a bunch of them. I'm just like, obviously, like, I'm on the call and I'm like, rah, like, this could be real. I'm getting shook. Like 6 o'clock, and then
What, 6 a.m.?
the phone down. No, 6 p.m. And I put the phone down, and I had a chance to like review what that guy was saying. I'm just like, nah, bruv, that's a scam. Bruv, before I even got to formulate the thought properly, I get a call. Hello, this is Binance customer service. I'm like, okay. We had that you've recently had potentially some sort of like a issue with your account, or your account's been compromised. I'm like, are you telling me my account's compromised? Are you asking me if my account's compromised, bro?
Bro, this is social engineering. There was a feeling
It was
good.
mad. And then I was like, nah, bro, give me proof, like your Binance. They sent me an email, like a Binance email saying, oh, you're speaking to one of our representatives. I looked at the email, I'm like, okay, this looks like a legit Binance. And then they're like, yeah, we're gonna, bro. And then they're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna, yeah, they sent me the email. I looked at my mobile. On my mobile, it looks like a Binance email. When I pull it up on my laptop later, I'm like, nah, that's not a Binance email. The guy from Binance was like, oh, we frozen your account. Yeah, we believe they might have had access. Did you log in from Manchester? I'm like, nah, I didn't log in from Manchester. Bruv, it was shaky. Anyway, and then 2 Tuesdays now, Coinbase calls me. Coinbase calls me. Hi, we've been given your details from Binance customer support. I'm like, Binance are chatting to Coinbase customer support.
The funniest part about this whole story is, yeah, before you finish, I'm gonna let you finish, but the funniest part is they're probably all sitting next to each other in a cubicle. Like,
100%.
It's funny you say that, because you see the last one, yeah? The last Coinbase. After man's like 100% scam. I just want to see how they scam. I want to see how the scam works, innit?
And they mean
I
like,
hate that.
And then I'm like, Coinbase hits me off. I'm like, all right, so you show me, like, send me some proof that you're Coinbase. Oh, yeah, we could do that. It's just gonna be, we'd have to send that to you, and then, I'd call you back later. I'm like, so you can't send me immediate proof that you're Coinbase? And then, bro, you know what the maddest thing was? They said to me, the Coinbase, when I was on to Coinbase, this is at like 7:30 now, yeah? So like the Fed called 6 o'clock. I'm on the phone for like 5-10 minutes. Then Binance called 2 minutes after. And then there's like an hour and a half, yeah? Hour gap. And then, yeah, Coinbase is like, yeah, so I can see on your account that, first of all, they're telling me that these people logged into my account. Brother, you log into Binance, you get an email. I've got 3 FA on my Binance, bruv. Like email, another method, and obviously password, innit? How? And I get no emails. I get no confirmation. They're like, oh yeah, they could, they could get around all of that. I'm like, bro, I work in tech, bro. I'm like, how? Couldn't get a straight answer. Couldn't get a straight answer how you can go around 2FA, 3FA. Anyway, what the Coindesk guy did that was mad was like, he's like, okay, so they've tried to change your password, and he basically stated some passwords to me that I know have been compromised. You know, like how you can buy compromised passwords, or you can use services to find out compromised passwords or email addresses. Seen them, and I've changed a bunch of them. Like, so he started rattling off like 2 passwords that I know are compromised, and I'm like, okay, so that's what these men are doing.
Yeah. They're buying the compromised password and trying to use that to reverse engineer and get you to give them over. Oh no, my password is XXXXX.
Yeah.
My days.
But yeah, so that's a long story of Mandem buy Monero because the price is going up because these things are happening, and like obviously I have my wits about me, but brother, if I wasn't me, bro, like if they build up my wife on that same chat, actually no, she's quite savvy, but if they build up like a normal Donny on that same chat, they might have ended up getting more information or just keep until something
like
happens.
If they build up someone that's basically recently been onboarded to crypto and they're very, I mean, they're highly skeptical about how things work and they're not sure, they could easily like grab something off them. But the thing about it is, funny enough, I had a similar experience, not to the level of they're trying to give you password stuff, but I had a call, but I knew it was fake because it was like a robotic voice. Hello, hi, yo, apparently this has been compromised. Please log in using this link. I was like, okay, you must think I'm stupid or something. So I cut it. So like that was a low budget social engineering right there. They can't even use real voice. Same like yours, Ricardo. There was actually a real voice behind there. One of them pretended to be a police officer. That is wild. That is wild. Like, listen, you could go to jail for impersonating an officer. So if they ever get trouble,
I mean, they go to jail for attempted theft anyway. So they're like, I'm already in. We got to make it all the way.
Wait, you know what you see the Coinbase one, yeah? The Coinbase one, the thing that really got me is for the first 2, like clear backgrounds. They're obviously not in like noisy environment. For the Coinbase one, I'm hearing cars in the background. I'm hearing my man's in the vehicle. Like, you know, you can hear someone shuffling, like, kind of thing. Like,
he had a script, you know, sales script. See, my man had a sales script. He's like, oh, is this not part of the script?
so sad. So sad. So sad. I'm so sad, bro. Yeah, it's so sad, man. Pathetic. Honestly, he's done it. Like, no, yeah, real power goes to people that actually understands protocols, that can exploit protocols and take the money without having to do all this kerfuffle, bro.
they get me.
Those are the real G, fam. But I'm a low level. If you really think this is gonna work, like, you gotta be targeting young kids, and even young kids, if they learn a little bit about self custody, this will never happen to anyone, fam. So they're gonna have to up their game soon because this ain't working, man. Like, if you're falling for these tricks, boy.
But I mean, you say that, but to be honest, yeah, I think if they catch you at the right moment, it can be kalas. It's like, for example, when Rick was talking about it, it's like when you have time to reflect on it and you think logically, yeah. But the level of pressure that you get put under when it's like, oh, somebody's got your details and it sounds real and you're not expecting it. Maybe you're super tired. It's been a long day at work or it's early morning. And you're like, what? Like, it's easier to get you than you think. But obviously, if you're of sound mind, then yeah, you shouldn't really become a victim of that. But yeah, on that note, we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Scammers, fam.